whatever celebration food coming up next from Kansas City Steak Company. It's a 16 or 32 count of the all beef hot dogs. These are steak hot dogs, and we're offering them with 4 easy pays. Don't forget, whenever you stock up here at QVC, you end up saving. So if you pick up the 32 count, you save $24.98, and it takes the price down per dog to $2.97. And there's not a stadium in the world that is selling hot dogs of this quality for $2.97. Chef Ralph Pallarino is here with us to talk all things Kansas City. First of all, the brand has been one of our longest running food brands here at the Q. The consistency of these, phenomenal. One best hot dog and best entertaining items 2 years in a row. So you all know the quality of Kansas City as well. That's looking really good right there, Ralph.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we love these hot dogs because these are steak dogs, Jane. You know that.
That's right.
We have prime rib, filet mignon, top sirloin. All your favorite expensive cuts of meat are inside this hot dog. What happens, still tastes like a hot dog. It's not salty, but it's got this deep, rich flavor that if you love a hot dog, you're like, wow, like what have I been eating all these years? Oh, she found the pile. So I secretly cut some and she found it. What?
I asked him to do this for me so I can eat while he's talking.
Yes.
But honestly, the flavor of these, once you've had one, you can't go back. So here's the comparison, and we've done this for years. This is the left. That's the hot dog that we see in the grocery store.
That's right, 1.6 ounces.
Right.
This is a Kansas City steak dog at 3.2 ounces. It's double the size. So for all these years, you've probably been saying, I can't believe this is what I've been eating. Now, it's a little beige in color because it's not really steak. This is a nice color of meat. Right. And as you cook them, they actually plump up. They get bigger. Now, they're 3.2 ounces, but they appear bigger as you cook them because here's what happens. All those juices, all the steak cuts, all that marbling expand in that hot dog, and that's where you get the juiciness.
Well, and you know the funny thing is, there's a brand that talks about plumping when you cook.
I remember that, yeah.
That, it never plumps up to this size. That's for dang sure.
No,
and
you're
honestly,
absolutely right.
the flavor, there's a little snap from the outside. You bite into it, and you get the juiciness that bursts in your mouth. You can cook them however you want. If it's too cold to put the grill out, no problem. Put them on the stove in a griddle. If you want to put them in a pan, you can boil them. There's no wrong way to prepare them, but they taste so good. It doesn't matter what you do. And then you have the party, which is put your toppings. And honestly, you got chili.
Look at
that.
that.
You got mustard, relish.
Yeah.
Onions.
Oh, and so I butterflied these and I stuffed them because at 3.2 ounces, they're a little bit hard to handle with all the condiments. So what you see here is obviously that butterflying effect, which is great for cooking. You mentioned cooking. Here's the best way to cook them. If you're eating steak that night or you're cooking steak for your party, cook the hot dogs in the steak grease.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That's where you want to go with this, okay? Now, also what we see here is that bun to hot dog ratio. So every time you bite in one of these, you're going to get a little bit of hot dog and a little bit of bun. Because a lot of times, I don't know about you, Jane, with those 1.6 ounces, it's tough. I get a lot of bun.
Well, not going to be the case in this one for sure. All right, so let me give you the lay of the land here, as it were. In the 16 count, that has been very popular. There are 400 remaining, and that's it.
Okay.
Double the order. Don't double the price. Actually, you save $24.98 when you get the 36 or 32 count. There's only 200 of the 32, and that's it. This is available with auto delivery, however, so if you know that you want these hot dogs in your freezer all the time, then go on the auto delivery. It'll ship automatically every 60 days. And let me also, I don't have a package here to show what they look like. Is there one?
There are 4 to a pack.
4 in a pack.
Because they're 3.2 ounces. So normally you're probably saying, well, wait, I normally get 8 in a pack.
Right.
Well, being that they're double the size, there's 4 in a pack, and 1 is all you need. With a burger, some French fries. But
a burger? A hot one of these and a burger?
Well, maybe a half a burger. Maybe our 4.5 ounce burgers.
Okay.
Okay, so what do we see here? Now look at that color. That is a beautiful color of meat because when people say all beef hot dog, yeah, okay, there's beef inside it, but what kind of beef? In this case, it's steak. There's prime rib in there. It's hiding in there. And it's very juicy. So like you, Jane, I like to burn my hot dog. I want a good sear on that hot dog. And with 3.2 ounces, you can't try these out. I mean, these have been sitting probably about 15, 20 minutes, still juicy.
My daughter's friends come over every summer. We have love entertaining. We have people over our house all the time. I always have Kansas City hot dogs in my freezer. And every time someone comes over and experiences Kansas City hot dogs, they say the same thing. Oh my gosh, these are the best hot dogs I've ever had. They almost are like sausages. They're so big. This is what they look like and how they come shipped to you.
Which, by the way, I love the packaging, Jane, because it's kind of like you went to a butcher and you kind of pointed out the hot dogs you want, and then we wrapped them up for you. But you see, black and white, the best gift ever, because if someone loves hot dogs, like I'm from Chicago, I grew up on, and about 8 years ago, I tried this for the first time. I was like, oh my gosh, like it's not salty.
No.
You know what you're eating. And of course, for kids, grandparents, parents, this is the hot dog you want to give to your child because you know what's in it. It's high in protein, and it's a great snack.
Well, the 16 count has been the most popular, 250 remaining in the 16 count. And then in the 32, we have about 150. And again, when you get them, especially if you know you're having a gathering for the big game or anything else coming up in the next couple of weeks, go ahead and get your 32 count, because that way you've got enough so that after all of them are consumed on that day, Ralph, that there's another one that you can have tomorrow. Invariably, if I throw hot dogs or anything on the grill, I'm always going to want one for the next day. So get that bigger assortment. They're in 4s, so you can tuck them into the freezer, no problem. And they cook from frozen. Of course, if you thaw them out, that's probably the best way to do it.
That's the best way, yeah.
But they do cook from frozen, which is, for convenience sake, also available to you. So $59.98 is $3.75 per hot dog when you get the 16 count. When you double the offer and you save that extra $24.98, that takes the price down to $2.97. When was the last time you went to a football stadium and got a hot dog for under $3? Never, and especially not one like this. They don't make them like this in the stores. So please go ahead and place your order for this. Monifa, come on in. Make your dog.
Oh, and by the way, we talk about like how to cook these. Your air fryer, like deep fried hot dog is like the new thing.
Is it?
So it is.
I've never tried.
Me either.
Well, I'm in a lot of hot dog forums because that's all I do.
Did we have a
I know.
Did we throw a penalty?
I know. That's a penalty.
No, in your air fryer, you put in there. They're really crisp. Oh, you want a hot dog? Oh, I just heard in my ear. My gosh.
See? You might get. You might have to have a timeout on that one. That is
okay. All right.
a false start.
Well, I'm going to keep deep frying my hot dogs. All right.
Now we are down to 150 in each choice, 16 or 32, and that's it. Oh man, oh man.
These are the best hot dogs
It's always
ever.
good to have you here,
too.
Ralph.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good to see you. Well. That was a quick 2 hours.
Oh my
for
gosh!
us. But the fun continues, right?
What's happening? What's going on?
We're coming in. Hi, guys.
Just bring it forward.
Eagles.
There's a lot of us.
Eagles.
Surrounded by Eagles fans.
Niners.
It wasn't my choice.
We still like you.
Thanks. You'll let me stay.
I'm just hiding back here.
Sorry, Ralphie. Wearing green. Hi, Ralphie.
We're passing the baton. We're passing the baton.
Woo!